You know how we're always told to plan for the future, right? To set those big, ambitious 5-year goals? But what if that's actually the wrong way to start? Today, we're going to talk about a much simpler, way more powerful approach to building the future you want. And believe it or not, it all starts with right now.
This is the big one, isn't it? How on earth do you plan for a future you can't predict? It feels completely overwhelming, like you're trying to hit a target that just won't stop moving. It's so easy to get stuck, just paralyzed by all the uncertainty. But what if the answer has nothing to do with owning a crystal ball? Okay, here's the twist. The most effective, most powerful strategic planning, it doesn't start with wild guesses about what's coming next. No, it starts with a deep, brutally honest understanding of what's happening right here, in the present.
So, let's really dig into this idea. We're going to explore exactly why the present isn't just a starting line, it's the actual foundation that every successful future is built on.
This idea right here, this is pretty much the bedrock of all strategy. I mean, think about it. Before you can even begin to figure out where you're going, you absolutely have to know where you are. It's like getting your bearings before you even think about trying to draw a map.
And you know, there's actually a name for this whole idea: situational awareness. And it's not just some vague feeling, okay? It's a deliberate process of getting crystal clear on your reality. I love this analogy. Think of it like turning on the lights in a pitch black room. Only when you can actually see what's around you can you start moving forward with any real confidence.
Okay, so how do we actually build this awareness? Where do we start? Well, we start by looking inward. This first step is what we call the internal scan. Just a really candid assessment of what's happening right here, inside your own organization, your team, or hey, even just within yourself.
Now, to make this real, you have to ask some tough, honest questions. First up, what are your core capabilities? What are you uniquely good at? Next, what resources do you actually have to work with? People, money, time. Then, what are the challenges that are holding you back right now? And finally, this one's important, what's already working? What's giving you momentum? This isn't about wishful thinking, folks. It's a total reality check.
All right, so once you've got a really clear picture of your internal world, it's time to turn your gaze outward. The external scan is all about understanding the bigger forces that are shaping your world, whether you like it or not.
And look, the key here isn't to track every single little thing that happens. You'd go crazy. The whole point is to filter out all that noise and focus on what the source material calls the big things. We're talking about the large-scale shifts and trends that could either throw a wrench in your plans or, hey, maybe even supercharge them.
So what are these big things? Well, think about major shifts in technology that could completely reshape your industry. Or consider how your market, how your customers are changing their behaviors. Are there new laws or regulations coming down the pike? These are the kinds of massive external forces that you just can't afford to ignore.
Okay, so this is where the magic really happens. We've looked inward, we've looked outward. Now what? How do we bring these two completely different views together? This is the critical step where all that data you've gathered turns into genuine strategic insight.
The process itself is actually pretty straightforward, but wow, is it powerful. You take what you learn from looking in, and you combine it with what you learn from looking out, and you start to find the connections. You start to isolate that handful of factors that matter the most. And that clarity, that deep understanding of your starting position, that is what lets you set a vision for the future that's both meaningful and realistic. And this is a great way to visualize it all, like a strategic map of your now. In that top row, your positive drivers, you've got your internal strengths and the external opportunities out there. And in the bottom row, your negative pressures, you've got your internal weaknesses and the external threats creating that pressure. Seriously, just seeing your reality laid out like this is the first step toward actually changing it.
And this really gets to the heart of it all, the ultimate takeaway. The goal of all this strategy stuff isn't to perfectly predict the future. It's to understand your present so deeply, so profoundly, that you become agile and resilient. You become prepared to respond effectively to whatever the future decides to throw at you.
So I want to leave you with a question to bring this all home. Just for a moment, forget the 5-year plan. Based on your reality right now, what is the single most critical factor, internal or external, that you need to be paying attention to today? Because your future, it really does start with that answer. Thanks for joining me.